I'm not a lawyer, but here's what just happened. The government made some big moves regarding their charges against Diddy, so let's get into it. Right before today's charge conference, that's the part where the judge and lawyers go over what details will be presented to the jury for deliberation. The government dropped a letter. In it, they announced they're removing some predicate acts tied to the RICO charge. Now, stay with me, because I'll try to break this down clearly. So as we know, the first major charge Diddy's facing is RICO conspiracy. To prove that, the jury has to believe Diddy was running a criminal enterprise and that he, along with others involved, committed at least 2 crimes within a 10-year span. Throughout this trial, prosecutors have tried to show that Diddy and his circle committed 11 criminal acts. Basically, they were like, we got more than enough. But now that testimony is mostly done and the trial is wrapping up, they're saying, actually, we think 7 acts are strong enough for the jury to decide on. So, yep, they've cut it down from 11 to 7 acts. Here's what they've removed. First, kidnapping Capricorn Clark in California. This was the incident where Capricorn said Diddy came to her house with a weapon, didn't point it at her, but still forced her to come along with his crew to Kid Cudi's house. She stayed in the car and called Cassie. That charge, gone. Second, kidnapping Capricorn Clark in New York. This one came from her claim that after some of Diddy's jewelry went missing, she was taken to a warehouse for several days and forced to take hours-long lie detector tests. That one's out too. Third, attempted arson. Yes, this is the alleged car bombing of Kid Cudi's vehicle. It's also no longer on the table. And fourth, aiding and abetting trafficking. To be clear, this one is being dropped only in relation to the RICO charge, not the overall trafficking charges. So what does this mean? These acts are no longer something the jury will evaluate when it comes to the RICO conspiracy claim. The acts that remain under RICO are bribery, witness and victim tampering, forced labor, transporting people for pay possession with intent to distribute narcotics. Now, aside from RICO, Diddy still faces individual charges related to trafficking Cassie and Jane, including transporting them for commercial purposes. And in that same letter, the prosecution also asked the judge to give some extra jury instructions. First, they want the jury to understand that consent once doesn't mean consent always. So if Cassie or Jane agreed to a hotel night at one time, that doesn't automatically mean they weren't trafficked at another time. Same thing goes for the forced labor claims. Second, the government wants to make it clear that payment does not cancel out coercion. So even if Jane got $10,000 a month in rent, or Mia and Capricorn Clark were on salary, that doesn't automatically mean they weren't being forced into things. Third, they want the jury to consider Diddy's behavior toward Cassie and others around her as part of his coercion tactics. That includes threats or violence she experienced directly or witnessed. There were other instructions too, but those are the big ones. If anything else major comes out of this charge conference, I'll be back with another update. But for now, tell me, now that these charges are shifting, what's your verdict prediction? Is Diddy walking away from this, or is this about to get real?